So I'm at the Mason's Arms for today's Masterclass. This is set in the Corn Market in the historic market town of Louth, on the edge of the Lincolnshire Wolds. So my name is Michael Keng and I'm the Director of Kernia Licensing Consultants. We deal with all aspects of the Licensing Act of 2003 and we formed the consultancy back in 2004 when the 2003 Act came into being. So just a brief history about myself and my background. I used to run a small pub company, consisted of 8 pubs around Lincolnshire, and have been involved in the hospitality business all my life. The consultancy was formed when I needed to ensure that my pub company moved from the old Licensing Act of 1964 into the new Licensing Act of 2003. And as a result of my preparations for transition, a number of my fellow operators asked if I could help them. And that's really where the consultancy started. I now have clients throughout England and Wales and look after over 700 premises. We're also an accredited training centre and deliver a number of licensing courses, including the award for personal licence holders, which is needed if you want to apply for a personal licence. So really I've got 4 questions for you. Have you ever thought of adding alcohol sales to your business? Have you ever thought of providing entertainment within your business? Have you ever thought about expanding the hours for licensable activities if you already have a premises licence? Or have you ever thought of extending the area for the provision of licensable activities? If not, then maybe it's worth taking a few minutes to think if any of the options above could increase footfall to your business and therefore increase turnover and profit. To be able to sell alcohol at any time, or if you want to sell hot food or hot drinks between 11 o'clock at night and 5 in the morning, or provide live or recorded music at certain times of the day, you will need what's called a premises licence. And a premises licence is issued by your local licensing authority who are based within your local council. Even if you have a premises licence, have you reviewed it lately, looked at your hours, looked at your conditions? Do the hours and activities authorised by the licence fit with your current business model? Or could they be changed to increase your offering? Whether you have a guest house, a cafe, a shop, a visitor attraction, then having a premises licence that authorises the sale of alcohol could lead to increased sales. Whether it be beers, gins, ciders and wines that have been produced in Lincolnshire or alcoholic beverages from afar, the addition could attract increased sales and enhance the customer experience if you're a hospitality venue. You don't necessarily have to stock alcohol all year round if you have a premises licence. If you have a retail outlet, then adding seasonal Lincolnshire produced beers, wines, gins, etc. at certain times of the year, such as Christmas and gift sets, this could not only expand your offering, but it could also increase your profits. So what licence is needed to sell alcohol? Well, 2 licences are needed. One is a premises licence and the other is a personal licence. A premises licence authorises licensed activities to take place at the premises. If your premises licence authorises the sale of alcohol, then a designated premises supervisor, referred to as a DPS, must be appointed to the premises licence and the DPS must hold a valid personal licence. To obtain a personal licence, the applicant must be aged 18 or over and must have passed an accredited personal licence holder's examination. As long as the applicant is over 18, possesses an accredited licensing qualification and has not had a personal licence forfeited in the last 5 years, then they can apply for a personal licence. They also have to submit a recent criminal records check, often referred to as a DBS, and so long as there are no serious unspent convictions on their DBS, they should be granted a personal licence. Once granted, a personal licence lasts indefinitely. An accredited licensing qualification is acquired by completing a training course, which is followed by an examination. The courses are usually held either over a day on a group face-to-face training course, or the course can be completed via e-learning. And e-learning, especially over the last 2 years, has become common as the learner can learn at their own pace, completing the course in either a day or over a period of time, up to a year. Once the e-learning has been completed, then the learner then meets with the examiner to sit the examination. Once you hold the licensing qualification and you have your DBS, which has to be less than 1 month old, you can apply for your personal licence. You will need to send in your qualification certificate, the DBS certificate, 2 passport size photographs, one of which must be countersigned, and the required fee of £37, which it is currently, along with a completed form. In addition to a personal licence, you will need a premises licence. This licence can cover a whole building, a part of a building, or even an open space. Each premises licence is unique to a particular venue, so the hours and conditions on neighbouring venues can be different, and that often they are. Premises licence are obtained by applying to the licensing authority where the premises are situated. You'll need to state the activities that you're looking to provide and the times that you wish to provide them. You'll have to give the details of any proposed DPS if you're wanting to sell alcohol. You have to supply a scaled plan of the premises and, more importantly, state how you're going to intend to support the licensing objectives. Ways to support the licensing objectives can include the provision of CCTV, a refusals register, staff training, etc. The application process takes a minimum of 28 days, and your application could receive a representation. If a representation is received, your application will be determined in a hearing before the licensing subcommittee. If you already have a premises licence, you can apply to vary your premises licence at any time. With an application to vary a premises licence, you can extend or reduce hours, you can add or remove activities, or you could add or remove conditions. The process is similar to an application for a new premises licence, although some variation applications that do not impact on any of the licence objectives can be dealt with via a much simpler minor variation process. It's worth mentioning that your premises licence is open to review at any time. If the police, the EHO, or any responsible authority or even a nearby resident or business have concerns about how the licensed activities are being conducted at your premises, they can apply for your licence to be reviewed. Going back to my initial 4 questions, have you ever thought about adding alcohol sales to your business? Have you ever thought about providing entertainment within your business? Have you ever thought about extending the hours for licensable activities if you already hold a premises licence? Or have you ever thought about extending the area for the provision of licensable activities on your current licence? If not, then maybe it's worth taking a few minutes to think if any of the options could increase footfall to your business and increase your turnover and ultimately profit. So thank you for listening. I hope you found this both informative and useful.